students. Hello students, welcome again. In this video lecture we will read about the fewer opportunities and rigid expectations. Now in the previous video we have read about the kinds of jobs that men and women opt. Okay, now the question arises, why do we have such kind of expectation or such kind of mindset? Now the simple answer to this question is the stereotypes that are prevailing in our society. Now what kind of stereotypes? For example, the women are considered gentle, they are considered patient, so they opt the jobs like nurses and teaching. Clear? And likewise they are also thought to be incapable of handling the technical jobs, technical things. So they are encouraged for the marriage, that the main goal of their life is marriage. But see, these types of stereotypes are not meant only for the girls, they are meant also for the boys. Clear? The boys also, they face such type of stereotypes, like they are pressurized to opt for a good job that will earn them a good salary. Clear? And many more things. They are encouraged not to cry as they are boys. So the boys as well as girls, they have to face various stereotypes in the society, and that is why our mind is set for the particular job. Okay, now let us see few examples which are given in your books which will break these stereotypes. One example which is given in your book is of Lakshmi Lakra, who was from a poor tribal family of Jharkhand. Now again there is a mindset in our mind that engine drivers are always male person. Clear? But here Lakshmi Larka is the first woman engine driver for Northern Railways. And see, her parents were not literate, but they struggled a lot for their children's education. That means Lakshmi got the support of her parents. Clear? And even in school also she used to do education, she used to get education, and along with that she has to do some odd jobs. Now what kind of odd jobs? The cleaning jobs. She has to do cleaning jobs also. But she was having a strength, a goodwill in her mind, that his mindset was that she has to opt for the diploma of electronics, and she has to clear the board exam of railway, and she did it, and she passed it in first attempt. So this was her mindset, this was her strong willpower which made her the first woman engine driver. Clear? Likewise we will read one more example of Xavier. Here you can see the example of Xavier. It is a script given. In this script you can see he has got the result of class 10th and he scored good marks in history and languages, but he was not able to score good marks in science and maths. So his father told him that how will he be able to get a good job. He told him that he want to opt history as a subject. Very good child, he wanted to opt history, but his father told him that history being a subject will not give him a good job, a good salary job. So his father forced him to opt with subjects maths and computers, which will give him a good job. So by reading these two examples we come to know that not even the girls, the boys are also sensible for their emotions. These two examples, they break the age-old the structure of stereotypes. Clear? So we have read about the stereotypes which makes our mind set for a particular type of job opportunity. Now let us read about the changes which are gradually coming in the society in the starting of the 19th centuries, and what was the situation of society before that. So here the situations they are changing. Now firstly we should know that what are the situations which were before 19th century. Now see, the situations were very worse because the girl child, they were not allowed to go to schools. Now see, in today's world, nobody can imagine a person without schooling and learning. It is a very important part or very important aspect of our life, because changes in our society come due to the education. The education is a special element which bring about a change in the society. Clear? Earlier what happened, the girl childs were not allowed to go to school. Now again there were many reasons for not sending their girl child to school. The people, they thought that if the girls were educated, then they will bring a bad luck, a bad fortune for their family, for their husbands. ठीक है ना? Some people didn't send their girl child for the purpose of safety. Clear? Some thought that they have to operate the household chores, so they must be good at home only. They must be kept at home. They must be given training regarding the household works like the pottery and different household chores which the women used to do. So there were many kind of people who have different thoughts, different aspects regarding not sending their girl child to schools. Clear? Lot of opposition was there in educating their girl child. Clear? But still the women, they struggled to read and write and to get the education. Now let us see 3 examples which are given in your book. For the woman example, these women, they struggled to read and write, and see what utmost struggle they have to do. First example is of Ramabai. As you can see the picture of Ramabai with her daughter, and she did many things for the women's education. She struggled a lot. She learned to read and write, and she got the title also, Ramabai Pandita. This title is given to her. This adjective is added, Pandita adjective is added to her name. Now Pandita is literally means a scholar of Sanskrit. Clear? So as you know, the women were not allowed to read and write, and then also she got the achievement of having a Sanskrit knowledge. Clear? She managed to struggle, she struggled to learn Sanskrit and to read and write Sanskrit. Clear? Now here she also started various missions. She did a lot for the women education. She started a mission in Khergaon near Pune in 1898 where she opened schools for widows and poor women to give them literacy. Even she started training center for the vocational education. She wanted to teach skills to the women, the poor women and the widows, so that they could become self-sufficient, so that they can earn their livelihood. Clear? So she taught the girls how to operate the printing press, and she even taught them to read and write. These various skills were taught. Vocational training was earlier given only to the men, only to the boys, but she initiated to give this vocational training to the widows and poor women. She taught skills of carpentry. She taught the skills of running printing press. Why? So that the widows, the poor women could earn their livelihood. Clear? Next example we are going to read is about the Rajsundari Devi. Now Rajsundari Devi, she was born in Bengal, and she was also an illiterate woman, because as I have told you, a reason for the illiteracy of women, the reason for not sending their girl child to the school, the reason was that superstition, that if the girl child are sent to the school, then they will bring a bad luck to their families. So this was the thought of the people at that time, and that is why she was an illiterate. She was a housewife to a rich landlord's family, and she was not able to read and write, but she believed in non-superstition. She was not a superstitious lady, and she tried to read and write. And how she tried to read and write? Now Rajsundari Devi, as you know, she was married at an early age, and at the 14 years, that was very early age, she was only able to read the religious manuscripts. Now religious manuscripts were manuscripts means the handwritten records, ठीक है ना, and she was not able to read it fully, ठीक है ना, because as she didn't went to school anytime, but she wanted to read the manuscripts. Now there was one manuscript in her home, that was the manuscript of Chaitanya Bhagavat, a life of a saint. Now one day she was cooking in the kitchen, and she heard that her husband was talking to his eldest son to bring that Chaitanya Bhagavat's book, but he left that on the table. Now what she did, she tore off one of the page from that book, torn one of the page from that book and hide it. Now why she wanted to hide the page? Because she wanted to learn, read and write the alphabets. Now when she heard the alphabets which was learned by his eldest son, so she tried to match those words with the words which were written in the manuscript, and this is how, with great efforts, tremendous efforts, she managed to read what is written in Chaitanya Bhagavat's book. Clear? That means an utmost effort was required, because there were no teachers. Here you are having teachers also, your parents support you, but still you didn't get the knowledge, ठीक है ना. There, imagine that lady which didn't got any support, and then also she managed to read and write. Clear? And after that she had written a book on herself, that is her autobiography, in which she wrote about his everyday's life experiences. So imagine what kind of struggle he has faced while reading and writing in those days. Now the third example which is given in your book is of Ruqayya Shekhawat Hussain, and she was born in a rich family. She was able to read Urdu language, but she was restricted to learn Bangla and English language, because people thought at that time that English, if girls are taught English, then it would not be correct for them. They would have new ideas and they would become free. Clear? So then also she managed to read and write Bangla and English with the help of his elder brother. Clear? And she dreamt of a free land also, that he dreamt of a land which was free, which was having freedom for the woman. And then she went on becoming a writer also. He write a story of Sultana's Dream. This was the title of the story, in which she thought imagined a woman named Sultana, who reaches a lady land. Now lady land was a place where freedom to study was given, where the rains from the clouds could be stopped willingly. Clear? The air cars were there. Clear? And they have the power to salute the men. Salute the men means to send them to a barren place. Clear? And they could control their guns and weapons through their mind. So this kind of dreams she was having, and those dreams were written in the book named Sultana's Dream. And she also imagined that Sultana travels a lady land with the sister Sara, and eventually she was broken up, her dreams went away. But the dreams of flying the planes and cars, even before girls were being not allowed to go to school, was a very great task. So Ruqayya did not stop with her education. She did a lot for the girls' education also. She started schools as her own dreams were to have education. In 1910, she started a school for girls in Kolkata, and it is active in these days also. Now I think these examples are clear to you. Now our next topic is schooling and education today. Now here in this particular paragraph in your book, you can see a comparison between the two census. Now children, you must know what is the meaning of census. Census is a regular record of data, and this regular record is kept for 10 years. It is taken for 10 years. That means a decade. Clear? So according to the census of 1961, 40% of boys and men were literate as compared to just 15% of girls and women. ठीक है ना. But the next census, that is the census of 2011, these figures gave a positive result. The positive result was that 82% of boys and men and 65% of girls and women were now educated. That means the percentage has grown. So it was a result of the regular struggle of the women and girls in the past, which we have read. Clear? So it is a positive attitude that the number of girl child are going to school has increased. The number of women which are getting the education has increased along with the boys. Clear? But there is one negative aspect also. See the table below. This table shows you the average annual dropout rate in the school education 2014 and 15. Now what is this annual dropout rate? Now annual dropout rate means the boys and the girls leaving the school, and you see the boys and the girls leaving the schools are more in number in SCs, that is scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, Muslim, Adivasis and Dalits. Now what is the reason why these children, the girls and the boys of these communities, they leave their schools? Now there are various reasons behind that. Firstly, more or less the girl child, they are dropped out from the school for the purpose of safety. May be possible that the schools are away from their homes. Clear? May be possible these are the tribal areas, the Adivasis are not able to reach, not able to send their school children due to the distant schools. Clear? Possibly their schools may not have good teachers to teach. Clear? So these are the reasons. Possibly they are not having good transport system. And may be possible that discrimination is made, so they are not able to get the proper education. So we have read about one negative and few positive aspects of this census. That means some good outcomes and some bad outcomes of this census. Clear? What are the good outcomes? That the number of girl child has increased, the schooling of the girl child has increased. And what are the bad outcomes? That still some communities are deprived from education due to various reasons. Clear? So here you can see one campaign here launched. We will read about this campaign, Beti Bachao Beti Padhao. What is campaign? We will read in our further in this chapter. Clear? Now women movement, till the time we have reached the conclusion that now the girl child, the women, they are getting education. Good number of women, good number of girls are getting education along with the boys. Clear? But still there are many spheres in which the situation of women has to be made good, like the legal reforms, the violence which is made against them, the health issues, which has automatically led to some challenges, and these challenges were overcome by the women only, but the element or the weapon they used to overcome these challenges was movement. Clear? Now what are these movements? Firstly, we should know that what are women movements. Now the movements which are started by the individual women or the organization or a group of women, they are known as women movements. Clear? These movements, these movements create awareness among the society. The women, they fight for discrimination, to seek the justice. But there are many methods to seek the movement. In the coming fourth chapter, we are going to read about different methods for the women movement. First is the campaigning. Next, which is given in your book, is raising awareness. Again, next is protesting. Then showing solidarity. These are some methods through which the women can raise the movement. Now let us study the movement method, that is campaigning. Now what is campaigning? अभियान चालू करना, ठीक है ना. अभियान तो सब जानते हैं ना कि क्या है. To raise the awareness through making the people aware. Now how these people are made aware? Campaigning is to fight the discrimination. Various methods are used in campaigning. Now, what are the methods which are used for the campaigning? For campaigning, processions are taken out, ठीक है ना, so that the people could get forceful method or impact on their mind that somehow the laws has to be made. Clear? Now campaigns, they always led to some passing of some new laws. Now here are some new laws which were passed due to the campaigns, like the law of 2006, which was against the domestic violence. Now domestic violence considers the physical as well as the mental violence which occur at the home. Again, a law was passed by the Supreme Court in 1997 to protect the women against the sexual harassment that occurs at their workplace. ठीक है ना? And some laws were also changed, like the dowry death. This the campaign against this movement, dowry death, made some laws to be changed. Now here you can see a picture of Satya Rani who is sitting on the steps of Supreme Court, and what is surrounding her? There are several files surrounding her. Now where from these files came? These files were of the long battle which she seek for the justice of the murder of her daughter because of the dowry, for the greed of the people for getting the dowry. Now she had a long battle for seeking the justice. Now what were the methods she used in this long battle? She came on the streets, approached the courts, she shared the information, and eventually this became a public issue. It raised awareness among the public, and the government has to do the changes in the dowries law. Clear? So this is how the campaigns, they lead to changes in the act, or it helps the new laws to be made. Clear? Now next type of method is raising awareness. Now awareness could be raised in different issues through street plays, जैसे नुक्कड़ नाटक. आपके स्कूल में भी कई इस तरह के अवेयरनेस प्रोग्राम्स होते हैं, ठीक है ना. सॉन्ग्स आर मेड, पब्लिक मीटिंग्स आर डन टू रेज द अवेयरनेस अमंग द पीपल. क्लियर? प्रोटेस्ट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट मेथड, and it is a strong method to raise the voice against the violations. ठीक है ना. जैसे example is given here, rallies, demonstrations are made to draw the attention towards injustice. Injustice means अन्याय के खिलाफ. देखिए यहाँ पर आपको एक पिक्चर दिख रहा है, इसमें जो लेडीज़ हैं, वुमेन हैं, दे आर रेजिंग वॉइस थ्रू स्लोगन्स, दे आर हैविंग बैनर्स इन देयर हैंड. ठीक है ना. सो दिस इज अ वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग मेथड to make the people aware, that is protesting. Again, a peaceful method is showing solidarity. It is a peaceful method to make people aware. Clear? Here candle marches are done. It is a peaceful method. Clear? Several special days are celebrated, like 8th of March is celebrated as International Women's Day to make people aware regarding the rights of the women. Clear? It is again a peaceful method. Then different cultural programs are celebrated. It is also a peaceful method. For example, here in your book, women are bonding up candles to demonstrate solidarity between the people of India and Pakistan. Now every year 14th August, a day before independence, ठीक है, several thousand people gather at Wagah on the border of India and Pakistan, because 14th August is a day, a mourn day on which our country got partitioned into two, India and Pakistan. So several thousand people gather at Wagah on the border of India and Pakistan and hold the cultural programs. This is also a method to make awareness through peaceful methods. Clear? So I think the chapter is clear to everyone. If students, you have any problem regarding the chapter, you can ask me in the class when the offline classes will go on. Clear? Thank you.